Motor shows have always been about concept cars and supercars, and Geneva too brings along its share of excitement in the form of these. We had the Pagani from Italy with their Hexa, and of course the Swedish manufacturer Koenigsegg with over 1100 bhp Agera RS. But now it was time to visit the fastest of them all.
If you like your cars fast, then I've got the fastest of them all. The Bugatti Veyron here, over 400 kilometers per hour, 1200 brake horsepower on tap. Bugatti has been building these Veyrons for the last 10 years, and they've built 450 units, and this is the last of them all, the La Finale. So if you have been waiting to buy your Veyron, I'm afraid it's a bit too late. But then I'm told Bugatti is building a brand new car next year, and I'm sure that will be even faster than this and perhaps even better looking.
If we had the fastest in the Bugatti, then there were also others which were not exactly slow. The Lamborghini Aventador LP750-4 SV, for example. The special edition SV stands for Super Velocio, which in plain English means super fast. This Aventador is lighter, more efficient and of course much faster, clocking 100 kilometers in just 2.8 seconds. With a top speed of 350 kilometers, and draped in its traditional yellow was a compelling crowd puller. If Lamborghini was there in full force, then its arch-rival Ferrari can't be expected to be too far away. And it was Ferrari which in fact brought along something which was sure to please any supercar fan. The new 488 GTB, which not only looks pretty but is also a sign of the coming times, as Ferrari plans to gradually move away from the big naturally aspirated engines to smaller turbocharged engines like the one in this 488 GTB. It's a 3.9-litre V8 turbocharged mill, which is relatively smaller by Ferrari standards, but then in terms of power output it quite matches up with its bigger engine stablemates.
This is the Ferrari 488 GTB. This is one machine which is seriously fast. Top speed of 330 kilometers, 0 to 200 in just 8.3 seconds. Looks like fun, doesn't it?
If you are out looking for eye candy, then there was plenty of that too. The Alfa Romeo 4C Spider, for example. Cute and compact with a sharp design and a top which can be dropped at the touch of a button, the Alfa Romeos might not be doing great business, but this is what all sports cars should look like, immensely desirable. And in the middle of all this international fare, we caught sight of a name familiar and very Indian, Tata Motors, who had come in with their latest, the Bolt and the Zest. And of course something futuristic as well, the Hexa concept. Tata had launched the SUV Aria, but now it's time for the next step in the evolution. And that is the Hexa, which is based on the Aria platform, but has a different styling and of course many things which are different from the Aria. Tata plans to launch the Hexa sometimes next year in the Indian market. And if you're an off-road junkie, then there was plenty on offer, starting with the regular Jeep Grand Cherokee and the Wrangler to some very fine custom-made stuff, like the extended wheelbase Defender from a specialty off-road builder Kahn, and a series of Mercedes G800 and 700 from Brabus. And these look like vehicles which were tough and capable with the promise to take you anywhere. And in what might be relevant for India, Honda also showcased the Honda Jazz, which is due for launch in the Indian market in the second half of this year, along with the beautiful next generation NSX, a sports car with cutting-edge Honda technology which has been around for a while, and the new Honda Civic Type R. And in the Porsche stand, we saw the Cayman GT4 and the 911 GTR RS, which also we might see in India in some time. Geneva had never been a big showcase for two-wheelers, but we got a glance of what was the Honda Vultus and of course the awesome MotoGP racer from Team Honda. But the only other bike on display which had some relevance for us was the new Ducati Multistrada, which would be soon launched with a price tag of around 19,000 euros. Needless to say, like most Ducatis, this new Multistrada tool looked absolutely gorgeous and ready for a long ride. And the good news is that we should see this in India as well.
Considering what we saw at the Geneva Motor Show this year, the year ahead certainly looks promising with lots of interesting cars as well as cars which will up the standards of both safety and emission about to hit the global highways this year. Unfortunately in India we're not going to see most of them, but with a little bit of wait and patience I'm sure you will see them eventually.
My first question to you is for over 100 years, Rolls-Royce has been an icon in terms of the luxury brand. But now do we see a change in the positioning and how Rolls-Royce is going to move forward?
Rolls-Royce is the pinnacle of luxury, the icon, and for many people even a symbol for the best. Remember when people are saying the Rolls-Royce of whatever, the TV appliance or whatever. So nobody in the world needs any explanation what a Rolls-Royce is. This brand is so well known, and is the top, the pinnacle.
Yeah, but you recently talked about bringing a 4x4 and SUV kind, so is that going to move the positioning away and get you new buyers? Or?
It is kind of that, let's say it that way. It is a car which I would call, which is effortless everywhere, how we say it. So it's an all-terrain vehicle. We have decided to build up a complete new architecture, which is a full aluminium space frame architecture where all the future models will be derived from. Only Rolls-Royces, so no platforms or whatever. It's a pure Rolls-Royce platform. And out of this space frame architecture comes also Cullinan. That's the working title of that car.
Okay.
The power plant is of course 12-cylinder engines, as our customers love 12 cylinders. It is for all markets worldwide, and I make a bet it is definitely very much appealing also for India. It was of course a little bit difficult, as you might understand, over the last years. It's not about money. I mean, there are still a lot of ultra-high net worth individuals in India, as you know, but I think the whole environment and also the political instability and the uncertainty what really happens made people to shy away from buying a new high-end luxury car. But now, with the new government and new spirit coming back to the market, we also sense that it should improve, definitely. I mean, I definitely want to come back anyhow to India, probably even this year. And also that we, in a way, reignite our business in India, because India is for us a very important market, always had been. Right. And my view always was this market is so close with us, had been with us, that now, after that times of austerity, let's call it that way, hopefully we see the whole thing coming back, and I'm back also to reignite that.
Coming up next, in the best of luxury driving, we drive the Mercedes-Benz CLA to Orcha in Madhya Pradesh.